Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today I'm going to do a heart-to-heart video with you guys and answer the question that a lot of people have asked me, and it's, what made me think of this idea, and why do I enjoy selling hair? Why do I enjoy doing drop shipping, wholesale? Kind of what is my motive behind it, and yeah, just to kind of give you guys a little bit more of insights on who Brittney Bundles is and how I feel and how I think. So before we get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you have not done so already, and let's get into the video. Okay guys, so just a disclosure, I'm not the first person that thought of drop shipping or wholesale or anything like that. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm the one that just created this whole idea, but I'm going to explain why I decided to incorporate drop shipping and wholesale into my business and why I enjoy selling hair. So as a it kind of goes back to when I was younger. As a young child, I don't even want to say young child, but as a teenager, right when you're in high school and you're thinking of what you want to be when you grow older, what do you want to go to school for and things like that. I didn't live in a wealthy neighborhood. I didn't come from a background of money. When I graduated school, I didn't have a whole lot of financial awareness or understanding or anything like that. So, I just give you that little prior knowledge. And not to say that my family didn't do everything they did. My family is the reason that I'm here. My family did a really good job with raising me and my brothers and teaching us right from wrong and teaching us everything that they knew. And it really helped, and I'm appreciative for that. But I think in general, like, society doesn't really, or at least when I was in school, didn't really talk a lot about becoming your own boss or becoming your own owner or opening your own company. Every time I would go to different job fairs or different college kind of walk through orientations and things like that, it would kind of always be geared toward, these are the top paying jobs, this is what you need to try to aspire to do, and this is what you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really like, okay, Johnny wants to open his own business, let's show Johnny how to do that. It wasn't just out there like that. Of course, they had business courses and business classes available to me. And hey, it may have just been the school that I was going to for orientations, but it just wasn't really spoke of as much. Even going to school, you talk to your friends. A lot of the conversation wasn't about, I'm going to start my own business. I want to do this. So at a young age, I always knew that I wanted to do something. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I would try to fit myself into these certain type of careers, and there's nothing wrong with people that, work these careers or anything. It all boils down to what you want to do. And it took me so long to be able to just acknowledge what it is I wanted to do and step out on faith and not really worry about how it looked to other people. When I decided not to continue going through college, when I decided to not graduate, I wasn't really so upset at the fact that I didn't want to continue, because I knew that I had a plan and I was confident in not only myself, but in God. But I was just really worried about how it would look, how other people would judge me, how I would let my family down, how I was going to be pretty much a failure. That's how I was going to look like a failure in their eyes, and I didn't want that. I'm someone that cares a lot about my family, and I just always wanted to make them proud and make them happy. So it was a struggle for me. I went back and forth with the idea of, okay, let's just go to school. Even though I don't like what I'm doing, let's just try it. So I went into a program to try and be a dental assistant, knowing good and well that's not something I wanted to do. I really don't enjoy looking at people's teeth. It just wasn't something that I wanted to do, but I did it. I started the courses to do that, and it didn't make me happy. So like I said before, you guys, when I always talk about make sure it's something you're passionate about, is because I've had experience, not just in hair, but just period. Like, if you don't have passion in it, and if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, just so someone else can be proud of you, then it may not last that long. And then I wanted to go into law. So I was thinking of either being a police officer or a lawyer. And although it was interesting, it just wasn't me at the time. I mean, I didn't enjoy that either. And so I got right back to the drawing board. Like, what do I really want to do? And while you're thinking about that, you still have to take other jobs. You still have to make sure that you have income in your home, and you still have to do things like that. But I just went through life always just wishing that there was some type of person I can link up with, some type of assistance that I would run into that would say, you know what? You don't have to fit into any of these boxes. You don't have to aspire to be somebody that you're not. You can really do what you want to do. So what do you like doing? And at that time, I was in my young 20s. You know, I already had a child, and I really just enjoyed being with my child. I enjoyed shopping, and I enjoyed doing my hair. I was kind of dabbling in makeup, but I never really got too full on with makeup. I think it's a beautiful skill and a craft to have, but it just wasn't something that, you know, I really caught on to that quick, or that I embraced. But I love the hair side, and I was just like, I really, you know, that's what I love doing. I love doing, you know, I love hair. I love taking care of my son. I love shopping. And then I thought about it, like, well, why do you like hair? And I'm like, well, because it makes me feel good. You know, I like to be able to switch up my looks. I like to be able to have a variety of options. You know, one day I can have braids in, the next day I can have a ponytail. One day I can have, you know, straight hair that's long. The next day I can have my natural hair. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I liked being able to switch up and just being able to have fun with it. And so it started off with just that, you know, hey, you know, this is the way that I can have fun and a way that I can generate more income. And then once I started getting orders from women, and when you get orders from people, you start to build up repeat clients. And I'll make a video about repeat clients, but you start to build up people that continuously come to you. You guys communicate via email, you communicate via text, and it's kind of like a friendship that you build. And what really got me, I guess, interested, like full-fledged interested in selling hair, is the relationships that I was able to build with women. Hearing other women's stories and realizing that I'm not the only one that felt like, you know, if I don't go down this one path, there's no success for me. There's a lot of things that this society just doesn't teach you. And there's a lot of things that you kind of, unfortunately, have to learn on your own. Or, you know, someone else, you're blessed enough to have someone else come in and tell you, and, you know, you're open to listen. But a lot of the things that I've learned have been on my own. And when I realized that you can really connect and help women in any aspect, in any form of business that you do, if you're passionate about it. I don't care if you sell lipstick, you know what I mean? Like, if you're passionate about what you do. And when I say passionate, you know, a lot of people interpret it differently. They're like, okay, is she just passionate about wearing lipstick? It's deeper than that. You know, is she just passionate about selling bundles? It's deeper than that. You know, of course, I love selling hair, but it's the heart. It's my heart. It's the people that I meet. It's you guys that makes it worth it. There's a letter that I received from a woman a few weeks ago, and she just told me how she watched some of my videos and she just felt a connection with me. And we were talking back and forth via email, and she was explaining to me that she felt that she wasn't going to do anything. She felt like a failure. Her family looked at her as a failure. She stayed at home, got little side jobs to be able to pay the rent and to take care of her kids. But she felt stuck. Like, what do I want to do? You know, I really don't want to go to school at this point. I really don't have a lot of money. But I want to take care of my kids, and I want a better lifestyle. And, you know, what do I need to do? And that's why, you know, when I talk to you guys about, when I make these videos and give you guys advice, I always throw it back in your court. I always say it's what you want to do. It's what you feel is best. Because what I've learned is that doing what other people want you to do won't get you far. And when I say won't get you far, it's like you have to know when to measure your success. You know, certain people measure success different. Someone may measure success as selling a whole bunch of their product and making a quick profit, but not doing a good job. But they look at the success because they made a lot of money. Someone else may look at success and, okay, I excelled my goal this month for my products. I'm not rich yet, but I excelled my goal, and I met so many wonderful women, and I was able to touch and impact so many lives. You know, it just depends on where you measure success and what's your motive behind what you do. You can do anything that you put your mind to. My motive is I want to reach out to other women that are just average like me. You know, I didn't have a luxury life childhood. You know, I wasn't given a car at 16, or I wasn't, my college wasn't paid for. You know, I had children at a very young age, out of wedlock. I didn't graduate school. You know what I mean? Like, things like that, things that people look at and say, you know what, she's not going to really be anything. You can kind of say, you know, that's what I walk through. And as I followed my heart and as I trusted God, people's opinions about me started to change. And not saying that that matters, but, you know, of course, everyone, to an extent, we care about what people say and we care about what people think. I mean, you just do, to an extent. And I guess the most gratifying feeling is walking in who you are. And I don't have to, you know, I got to a point where I didn't have to say, you know what, I'm going to enroll in school this semester to get my family excited, or to get my friends, you know, excited, or to get, you know, I could say, you know what, this is the business venture that I'm deciding to try. And this is the business venture that I'm going down this path, this time, because I want to not only do what I want to do to make me happy, but I want to inspire other young women and help you guys see that it's possible. I want to show you guys the truth, like I say all the time. And I want you to see that I'm just an average person. You know, I'm just like you. I'm just like you. And no matter where you're at in your life, we can all work together to make sure that we achieve what we're looking to achieve. There's no certain path to success. There's no right way to earn anything. You know, you can go to school and have a great life. And then there's people that go to school too that are in a lot of debt, that regret going to school as well. There's people that don't go to school and that don't have the skill or the trade to be able to do what they want to do. Or they're in a job, but they can't really get the high paying position because they're not qualified, because they didn't go to school. I mean, it's I don't know. There's good and there's failure on each side. There's success on each side. So I just wanted to come on here and explain a little bit of how I think about the hair industry and a little bit of why I started my business. I started my business for average women like me. I didn't want to offer a program that was too expensive to achieve. And I didn't want to offer a program that sold a dream. That was just like, you know, you work with me and we're going to become bosses overnight. You know, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just come to you guys and do exactly what I'm doing now and just show you, no matter where you're at in your life, don't get discouraged. You have to have faith in yourself first, and you have to have faith in your vision. No one is going to see what you're saying, especially if it's not a common option. You know, if so everyone in your family, for example, finishes school and they're all doctors, and you say, you know what, I think I want to open a rock and roll camp for kids. You know, a lot of your family members may turn up their face like, okay. Or, you know, everyone's a doctor and you're like, you know what, I think I want to try to be a rapper. And they're like, okay, it sounds crazy until, you know what I mean? Like, everyone asks you, why are you doing this at first? And then later they'll ask you, how did you do this? How did you get this? How are you doing this? And I want to be that example for you guys. I want to show you that part of being a business owner is taking losses. Part of being a business owner is being able to stand out and say, you know what, this is what I'm choosing to do. Part of being a business owner is being able to say, you know, hey, you guys might be partying all week tonight, but unfortunately, not even unfortunately, fortunately, I'm going to put work into my business this weekend. You know what I mean? I'm going to invest in myself, you know. So this is what this program is all about, that the drop shipping and the wholesale is not just because, just because I love bundles. Like I said before, yes, I love hair. Yes, I love selling hair. Yes, I love wearing my hair in different ways. Yes, I love feeling beautiful on the outside. But the most reward for me is being able to make believers out of non-believers. Getting a woman that comes in and they're like, you know, there's nothing else I can do. I've tried everything. I just want to be able to be financially stable. You know, my job isn't helping me do that. I'm in debt. You know, what can I do? What can I do? You know, I know how to do hair. I love doing hair. I love selling hair. I have clients, but it's just not enough. What can I do to increase that? And that's where I can come in, and that's where we can brainstorm together. And that's what I love doing. You know, that's the whole reason that I do all this. I know it may sound kind of, I don't know, sappy or maybe too heartfelt for you guys, but just someone that wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth, someone that worked hard for everything that I've gotten. I mean, even me getting a mortgage, you know, I think I was the first one in my generation, along with my siblings and my cousins, to get a mortgage. And it was just a great feeling because Not, like I said, not just because I was able to get the mortgage, but I love to live my life as an example. Not saying that I'm perfect, but I want people to see, you know, hey, just because you have a baby early does not mean that you cannot reach your goals. Just because you don't finish school or you decide that school isn't for you does not mean that you're not going to be successful. Whatever you go through, you can always get yourself back up, but you have to have the right mindset, and you have to be willing to stand apart. You know what I mean? Everyone's not going to agree with what you do. And that's what makes you so impactful. And that's what makes you you. Everyone's not going to see your vision. Everyone's not going to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Everyone isn't going to follow you, you know, because starting a business and not doing the norm takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage. It takes more than just money. You know, it's a great feeling. You know, it's scary. It's risky. Like I said before, you take loss, but the reward, me going to bed knowing that I just touched someone's life by being able to show them another way. You know what I mean? By being able to encourage them, by being able to share my story and say, you know what, I'm there too. I was there too. You know what I mean? Like I experienced the same things that you did. And this is what I did to help me. You know, I came from having no credit. Having what? I don't even remember what score I had when I first checked it, but having nothing. Having no credit. No savings, no money, to being able to purchase or get a mortgage on my first home by myself, you know, with no one else signing on it with me. And so these are the things that I want to help and I want to bring awareness to on this channel. I want to show women that you can. This is what you can do. I don't want to hear about what you can't do and what you failed at before. This is what we can do. And this is what we can invest in, not just with money, but our time. And it's more than just us. Let's show our daughters, you know, you don't have to date a man to get money. You don't have to sleep around with a lot of different people to be able to live the lifestyle that you want. You don't have to degrade yourself. You don't have to come on YouTube and be half naked to get money. You don't have to act ignorant to get, you know, people interested in you. You don't have to do that. You can be yourself. And you can still make an impact on other women by just being you and showing them, you know, not just the come up, but showing them the failure too, and showing them that you're a real person. So this is why I do what I do. I hope this answers the questions, guys. I know this is going to be another kind of lengthy video, and I was trying not to make it lengthy. I was trying not to go, you know, too far into it because I don't want to cry or anything like that. But it's really, it's a really rewarding business at the end of the day. You know, you guys can see some of the letters that I get, some of the emails that I get, some of the conversations that I have. You know, it's not just all about glam and hair and bundles and, you know, it's not all about the outer appearance. You know, hair is a way that attracts other women to me, for me to be able to say, you know what, this is something that I can offer to help your situation. And not just that, but, you know, hearing their information and hearing their stories and hearing their advice helps me. So we all help each other, and it's like a sisterhood that I just enjoy. It's beyond making money to me. It's beyond just selling bundles. It's beyond all of that. At the end of the day, it's the feeling that I get from knowing that I'm not only fulfilling my purpose. And one thing I want to touch on, so you can fulfill your purpose in a way that you never even thought. You know, when I was a child, I used to always think, like, what am I put on this earth for? Why am I here? You know, we all have a mission. Like, what's my mission? And just to be able to do, if you follow what your heart says, not what anyone else tells you to do, but honestly, what's put in your heart. Yes, it might sound crazy to people. She wants to sell hair. Yeah, I did. But it evolved into more than just selling hair. It evolved into making an impact and helping people and changing financial aspects and financial awareness. And it's only been a short time, you know, and it's just the beginning. So following, and I'm not going to sit up here and say, you know, that I never sin and that I'm at church every Sunday. No, I'm not going to say that. But I can say that I do have a relationship with God, and I can say that trusting God and growing up inside, you know, growing up inside of yourself and saying, you know what, I don't want to let anyone down. But the biggest failure that you can have is not trusting yourself and not trusting God. That's the biggest failure, to say, you know what, I'm just not going to do something because I may fail. you already did. If it's something in your heart that you're supposed to do, that you feel that you're supposed to act on, I don't care if it's, you going to school to be a police officer. I don't care if it's you selling hair. I don't care what it is. If it's something that you're supposed to do that you're not doing, get on that path and do it. Don't keep asking yourself over and over, should I? Like I said in my previous videos, you always want to make sure that you're conscious of how much you're spending. And you also always want to be smart about the investments that you make. But you have to follow what's in your heart. And you have to figure out, as you're going through this, what else. It takes you on a path to your purpose. Following your heart takes you on a path to your purpose. And I think a lot of times when people fail at something, or when things don't go as they want them to go, they give up. And you never really get to reach your full potential. And you never really get to help as many people as you were supposed to. And you never really get to have that satisfying feeling that you're walking in your path of success. Everyone's path of success is different. We have to realize that no one has the same path, the same purpose here on earth. We all have something different. So just keep that in mind. Even when you're talking to friends, family members, try to encourage them in whatever they want to do. Whether you see the sense in it or not, encourage them. And realize that even though they may fail on this path, I mean, when I say fail, I don't even like to say fail, because you really don't. Even though they may take a loss, let's say that they may take a loss on this path, keep inspiring them. Keep helping them become who it is they need to be, because there's not enough people like that. There's not enough people like that. And I really hope that with my channel and with my programs and just with me on social media and just period, I really hope that I inspire you guys and that I show you that it's possible. It's possible to do what you want to do. It is. No matter what losses there may be, the gain and the reward and the lessons learned, it's so worth it. So again, you guys, I hope this answered your questions. It's just kind of like a heart-to-heart talk, like if you were sitting in the car with me. Really didn't have anything written down, so I may have been all over the place. But until next time, guys, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.